Hello everyone, and once again we continue our journey exploring the closes of the Royal Mile. We are back on the Royal Mile, going down the closes. If you haven't been watching these, then go back to the start. You start like spoilers, like more than halfway through. But yep, we're going down every close we possibly can, going all the way to the very bottom just to see what's there. And again, I'm not a historian, we're just doing it for fun. Now, that's where we got to last time. Perry's, Peary's, Parry's, Perry's, I don't know, close. There's none round about me here. There's Chessle's Court, which we will have a look in, but doesn't count for this week because it's not a close. It's just a nice big court. So it's quite obvious that this isn't a close. It's a court. Probably meant for courtyard rather than, you know, the traditional sort of judicial court. And it's not close because these sides of these walls here are not close to each other. So we've been here, sort of. The end of the last video we were up there. That's where we finished, where that wall is just there. That's where we finished. So we've done there. This is Chessle's Court. It's actually very nice. Like, look at that. Look at that beautiful grand old house there. That is just stunning. But Chessle's Court itself is probably worth a video on its own at some point because it's got a lot of good stories, including Deacon Brodie's story came here a little bit. If you haven't seen the Deacon Brodie video, it snowed a bit when I was out on that. I'll put a link in the corner, you can go have a look. But where is our first close this week? Sticking to the rules. That's not close. That's a road. Drive a car down it, then doesn't count. The first close here, unfortunately, I think we're going to get down this last section of the Royal Mile quite quickly now. I don't think there's as many closes. The first one here, we can't go to. At least, not right now. Looks like it's private residences now. Playhouse Close. Playhouse and Old Playhouse Close led to the theatre and hall where from 1747 to 1769 famous actors, actresses and singers performed. Holmes Douglas was first staged here, 1756. Don't know who Holmes Douglas is, never actually been at the old Playhouse Theatre. There is actually another Playhouse Theatre in Edinburgh, the Edinburgh Playhouse, funnily enough, that's what it's called. And it's massive. It's the largest seated theatre in Europe with like 3,047 seats. But that, I'm wondering if the Playhouse now was named after the old Playhouse. Obviously there's a long time between that one closing and the new one opening, because the new one opened last century. That would be a big gap. Okay, next up we have Sibbald Walk. Not quite a close, but definitely somewhere you can go down. Now this used to have a nice little market. You can see it's still got the sign up saying food and flea market where you could get some food. It's gone now, and I think the reason it's gone is because all this nice big development here is getting close to finishing, or getting close to where at least they might take down these, what do you call it, barriers, walls, things like that. There's not very far for us to go down here. So just so you know where we are, that there is Market Street, which runs parallel to the Royal Mile. You can probably guess since we just came off the Royal Mile. You head along there, you get to Waverley train station, you get to the Edinburgh Dungeons, you'll eventually get to Princess Street Gardens, they're on the back end of it. Yeah, this is going to be a massive big development. It's actually, although you know I'm not a massive fan of big new things in an old city like this, it doesn't really bother me, this one, because before that was there, it was an old abandoned bus station. It was an ugly building. It wasn't historical in any way. It was just a dead space that no one was using. So the fact that it's been developed into a nice thing, I'm okay with that. Better that than nothing. On the opposite side, we have St John's Street. Again, not quite a close, but looking more like the kind of place we want to go in. I am not quite sure we're going to see much here though. It is just taking it. See, this is the thing, we're kind of away from the sort of closes part of Edinburgh now. We're getting to the Edinburgh University kind of part now. That's Edinburgh Uni right down the end of that street. So although there's a lot of history in this part of the Royal Mile as well, the closes themselves, I don't even know if that can count as a close, because it's not close. But yeah, I mean, the beautiful building. I mean, that is a beautiful building, but again, it's an Edinburgh Uni building now. There's a new build there. There's an ugly 60s and 70s build there with a little bit modern art on it. But yeah, we're kind of not so historic here. Important. Edinburgh Uni, one of the best universities in the world. I didn't go to it. But yeah, not as much here to see right now. Although that's a nice little cute building. But once again, Edinburgh Uni. That looks like an old school again. I don't know if you remember when I was down at Stockbridge, I saw old buildings that look like old schools. There's something about that building that looks like a school. And there's Edinburgh Uni. And here we are at the bottom, which just leads us down to, that's Holyrood 9A, the pub that I showed you the back end of, which is actually really, well, that's not Holyrood 9A, that's Baskin Robbins, but just up there is Holyrood 9A. Look at that beautiful old building though, which has just got nothing. It kind of looks like it was a church, but could be something very cool now. And there's the old building that I said was possibly a school or something. Not very exciting this time, is it? Maybe I should try to tell you a joke. See, the thing is, I'm not very funny when it comes to telling jokes. I probably could, but it needs to be spontaneous. If I just try to think of a joke, back onto the Royal Mile. You know what someone said to me? And I've said it before, and I did start it before, and then I completely forgot, and I haven't done it again. And someone else has said it, and it's a good idea. Just in case you don't know, it is the 26th of January today. It's a bit muggy, it's a bit cold, it's about 9 degrees. So if you're thinking about coming, 9 degrees Celsius. I think it's probably going to stay around about that, although it has been getting down to -1 some days. If you're planning on coming at this time of year, we are definitely getting bigger gaps between the closes now. I don't even know if I can only really count that as 2, possibly. However, we've got one over here. There, we have Gladstone's Court. Now, yeah, we're definitely on courts now than closes, aren't we? Because you can't say this is close, because this walls, once again, is not close together. Tollbooth Market. Unfortunately not open. It's about 10 past 11 in the morning right now. So not much to see here, unfortunately, due to a bad time to come. Maybe I'll try to come here on a different video. However, just so you know, it has a craft market, world street food, cafe, bar, fresh flowers, live music, art shows, performances, and space for hire. So, if you want to hire space, like say you've already hired time, you could then hire some space, and you could make like a continuum or something. There's the back end of, that's where I just was. That wooden wall there. There is where I just was. Just where there used to be a bus station, but there's not anymore. We're not excited so far, are we? I have 2 closes. Didn't think we were going to get one there. Okay, Tollbooth Tavern. Sugar House Close is technically first, so we'll go down there first. Okay, so this is Sugar House Close. Now, it's got beautiful cobbled streets though, which, you know, sometimes I feel it's a shame we don't see all the time. Now, it's a nice building and it's cleaner being painted white, but does that take away the historic value of it, painting it white? Obviously being painted white a long time ago, not now. But we step into the new Morrison House. Oh, it's flats. That actually looks like a beautiful old building, which is now flats. If you can buy that or rent that, that's lovely. Right in the Royal Mile. That's nice. And I'm not quite sure what this is. Looks like some sort of flats, student accommodation, something like that. Definitely modern, with an old touch there. Look, see that? See that? Salisbury Crags, just beside Arthur's Seat there. Isn't that nice? Completely not related to going down the closes, but there's not much to show here. This is modern. But I get really excited by the fact that there's a massive big hill in the middle of the city. Arthur's Seat and Salisbury Crags there. And it's not built on. It's not, you know, it's just this massive hill we've just got smack in the middle of the city. I love it. We can see the back end. I've got a funny feeling that these are possibly all part of Edinburgh Uni or something as well, but there's not much we can go here. Disappointed with the lack of excitement this time, although I'm sure you can get some nice Instagram pictures up against the wall here. You want to know what is nice about this close though, as I walk back onto the Royal Mile, is it looks straight onto the Tollbooth Tavern. Tollbooth Tavern. Why is it at some point I always can't talk? Yes, looking at the Tollbooth Tavern, which is beautiful. Excuse me, I'm trying to film. Do you mind? But here we have Old Tollbooth Wynd, which again, that looks a little bit better. And that just, apart from the WL lines, you can almost feel like you're going back in time in here. This has not changed a lot since it opened, apart from the fact that once again, look, can you see that? Is it too dark? That's an old window. That's an old window. That's an old door. That's an old door. That's more like it, people. Back of the old Tollbooth Tavern. Look at that. That's a nice building. That is a beautiful building. Even this side of it. Look at the old bars in the windows. None of this normal modern stuff like that. That is proper old bars in the window. Oh, I'm getting excited about bars in the window. It's beautiful stonework. Oh, now there's a change in time there, isn't there? If you look there, follow my finger here, okay, there and there, that has been the original wall, and then they've raised it at some point. That's my guess anyway. I'm going to guess they didn't build that bit first and then build that bit underneath, because that would be clever masonry work. Not saying it's impossible, just saying unlikely. I have no idea what that is, but I wish I did. You know the best bit about this though is these beautiful cobbled streets here. Like, you could do some proper cool pictures, or even some filming if you had a camera. See that? It's almost like I'm like creative and stuff. It's you know what? This is not original, this wall, but at least it's keeping with the theme. And we've got this new build on here, but it does have this beautiful big original wall here, which I like. And here we are at the bottom of Old Tollbooth Wynd. Not very exciting, but you see that there, that is the Balmoral Hotel clock there. And here's the back end of that build. Again, so we seem to be concentrating on this build today. That said, it's just on the waste bit of land that has been nothing on it for years. It's a modern building, it's going to have a modern look. Not much you can do, and to tell you the truth, I'm not really that bothered about it here, because this bit of town, it's not a bad bit of town, it's just not a pretty bit of town, so a little spicing up, not a bad thing. However, I've now got to climb back up the hill, all the way back up there, and I think just one more for the day, and you know what, I think the next video we do for the Edinburgh Closes is going to be the last one, because I can see the bottom of the Royal Mile now. I don't think there's a lot of closes left, but we're going to go into Bakehouse Close now. Now Bakehouse Close goes through this beautiful old building here. Now you see this? Museum of Edinburgh. It doesn't look much. You think it's just that, and I've said it before, but it's not just that. Go in there, get to the back. It's all of this as well. So go in there sometime, you'll enjoy it. But let's go down here. This is a beautiful looking old close again. That's nice. That is lovely. Again, part of Edinburgh Museum. See? Part of Edinburgh Museum. There we go. See, that's a beautiful old building there, isn't it? There's an old doorway. Oh, if only they'd let me in there. Oh, Outlander's apparently filmed here. Bakehouse Close, Outlander filming location, season 3. There you go, people. This is a beautiful street. I'm not surprised that Outlander's filmed here. You get a lot of period dramas coming to film in Edinburgh because they have areas like this. Lots of areas like this. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. This is a beautiful part of town. So, for any Outlander fans there, this, season 3, apparently. Recognise it? Anyone? Anyone recognise this? Unfortunately, I don't watch Outlander. There's more blocked up windows, and that kind of sad that I get excited about that. It is a beautiful street. Like, this really gives a nice feel of what it would have been like. If that hadn't been painted white, I think you'd really get a nice feel of what it would be like. That's a beautiful old door. It's a shame that it's been graffitied all over, especially since it seems historic. This door was taken from Elphiston House in 1927 and placed here in 1938. So where was it for 11 years? Just been sitting in someone's garden. And they've went, well, I put this door. Waited for a historic space size that's the right size. Right there, that'll do. That's where I was a minute ago. In there was where we had what I thought might be student buildings, and I still think it might be. That's a hotel. So there we have it, guys. Another trip down some of the closes. Not as exciting this week. Sorry. It's a bit of a hit or a miss, these ones, because you don't know what's going to be at the bottom of every one of them. And I do think that the next one of these is going to be the last one. It's been fun doing these Exploring the Closes, this series. I can't remember whose idea it was, but well done. Well done you. If anyone else has got any other ideas, like a series like this, that would be good, because it's fun. But yeah, thanks guys. Sorry this hasn't been as exciting as normal. I feel bad. It's a bit of a hit or a miss, but we've got to, I can't miss this bit out. We've got to count the rubbish ones as well. Hopefully, maybe it's not been. Maybe I'm just remembering the rubbish ones, because we've had a couple of them. I'm overthinking now. Anyway, do the, thumbs up thing. Subscribe. Come subscribe, please. Leave a comment. I've caught up with most comments now. There's a couple of still to get. But yeah, so I think till next time. Bye, humans.